Hi there. This short instructional video will look at the Kabbalistic degrees module that's included within the Planetdance software. You can find the Kabbalistic degrees module under the horoscope menu, various Kabbalistic degrees. Once you've opened up the script, you'll see the main window for the Kabbalistic degrees module. This shows you the planet, the natal position, the sign position, the degree in whole numbers, and the associated Kabbalistic number. So take for example the position of the Sun at 1556 Aquarius. That's the 316th degree of the zodiac, starting with the first degree of Aries being number 1, the second degree of Aries being number 2, and so on. There's no zero in this system. The Kabbalistic number is derived through the process of finding the digital root of 316, which is by Pappus's method of theosophic reduction, just the process of adding the individual integers of the degree. So 3 plus 1 plus 6 equals 10, and 1 plus 0 equals 1. So the Sun is in a degree associated with the number 1 in this system. Looking at the various menus you have available within the module, under the data menu you can show an aspect grid which highlights all those planets that are formed by 10th harmonic aspects. So you'll see here a very important combination for William Burroughs, the example chart we're using: Venus, Saturn, Venus, Neptune, Venus, Pluto. And by reading across you'll see that Neptune is in a semi-square with Saturn, and Saturn forms degree relationships with Pluto, and Neptune forms a degree relationship with Pluto as well. We'll see how that works out later in the module. You can also look at the pairs of planets and see whether they form close 10th harmonic relationships with each other. And in Burroughs' case you can see that Saturn and Venus are closely associated with Neptune and Pluto. Saturn and Venus are also associated with Venus and midheaven. And you can read off the other pairs. You can see there the relationship with Neptune and Pluto. The chart information is presented in a series of scopes, so you can read the natal chart in terms of this scope, which is the circular chart presented as a strip with the sign Aries at the top and Pisces at the bottom. You can see this presented in a 10th harmonic strip, so these are the 10th harmonic positions for William Burroughs' chart. And if you have a very precisely timed chart, you could look at the 40th harmonic strip as well. There's various graphs available as well. You can get a count of the Kabbalistic numbers, so you can see that the Sun there is associated with the number 1 in this system, along with Mercury, Chiron, and the part of Fortune. You can see there's also a 9th degree emphasis with William Burroughs. He has 5 planets in the 9th degree: Venus, Saturn, Neptune and Pluto, along with the midheaven. And it's this group of planets here that we'll see are repeating throughout the use of this method. You can look also at the elements. So Burroughs, with a lot of planets, in fact most planets in Gemini and Aquarius, has a heavy emphasis in the natal chart in air. The box grid is an innovative way of looking at the chart relationships. So across the top you have each degree and you have the signs down the left. And if we look at Saturn, Venus, Neptune and Pluto, they all appear in degrees associated with mutable energy and the Kabbalistic number 9. M9 for Saturn, M9 for Venus, M9 for Neptune and M9 for Pluto. You can also see the MC appears there. So these are very precise relationships using Kabbalistic degree numbers. There's also a graphic ephemeris which shows you 10th harmonic transits to the 10th harmonic chart for the current year, plus, well, the current date minus 6 months and plus 6 months. So if William Burroughs was still alive, this would be the transits he would be experiencing in the 10th harmonic. You can see that the planets' horizontal lines are the natal positions, and then the transiting planets are the curved positions. You can also look at chart wheels. So we have the natal chart, slightly simplified one here, but reproducing the natal chart, and you can see Venus, Saturn, Pluto and Neptune. Saturn, Pluto and Neptune are all retrograde or stationary, very slow moving planets in relation to the Sun and its close conjunction with Venus. Saturn is precisely on the IC opposite the MC, reinforcing that connection through the mutable 9th degree using Kabbalistic numbers. The 10th harmonic chart is presented, and this shows very clearly the relationship between Venus, Saturn and the MC, Neptune and Pluto. You'll remember that these are all planets associated with the mutable 9th degree of signs, and here we have them presented in the 10th harmonic in a grand cross formation, very precisely within a degree or two. So what this suggests is that from a numerological point of view, the planets Venus, Saturn, Neptune and Pluto are extremely important to Burroughs, particularly in terms of his career and status, with Saturn conjunct the MC in the 10th harmonic chart. To help you through, there's also a comprehensive help file, and you can find information there about Kabbalistic degrees, which are developed specifically for Planetdance. This is also available in Dutch, and you have the aspect values listing, which shows you all the relevant angular relationships within the Kabbalistic degrees system. Thank you very much for listening.